Hi Leo, welcome to your March 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. I've been saying to some of the other signs that because YouTube has changed their alerts for their comments, that please forgive me if I don't see your comments. Sometimes they've been holding them as spam too. They've been really messing with these different things related to the comments, and so it makes it a lot harder to see comments, and of course even private messages. Nothing is private anymore, and that's been like that for a while. So I appreciate all comments, whether I respond to them personally or not. I do appreciate them. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is that in March it's really cool because there's this new moon in Aries. And Aries is a fire sign, and so are you. So that's really nice, a new beginning when it comes to the area of ninth house matters. So that would have to do with anything related to maybe long distance travel. Maybe you'll find out. And this may even be combined with work. Maybe you're teaching English as a second language. Maybe you're, I don't know, doing contract work in another country. It could be that you start a course as a yoga instructor, or you get a job in a university, because this ninth house can be higher learning. You may just get like it may be on the philosophical level, where you just get like a new lease on life because you have kind of been exposed to new ideas that kind of have expanded your sense of the possible. So it's a very expansive new moon, and Aries is such an energetic sign as it is. So that's really nice, and that's the beginning of the astrological new year. Right before that, the week before that, on the 20th of March. And there's a full moon in Virgo, which is your second house, happening on the 12th of, I was going to say September, I don't know why, of maybe that's Virgo's month, of March 12th, and it's going to be at 22 degrees of Virgo. And of course, your lunar eclipse in Leo was at 22 degrees of Leo. 22 is a master number. So there's always that kind of, that building quality. Now, full moons are release time, so the second house can be, you know, an income stream that you had has ended, but I tend to see the full moon as full or like increase, okay? So maybe you get a raise, actually, or at least you have some sense of expansion. Maybe you were doing one sort of work, you know, because it's your earned income. So maybe you were earning income in a certain way, and you gained like another source of income, maybe attached to whatever it is that you're doing. You found another way to capitalize on the money that you earn. And so, as I say, that's going to be on March 12th. Okay. This is a general reading, so this covers all areas of your life. Okay, well, right away I can see that there's some reason that you are going to feel like walking away from something. And this could be, you know, it doesn't have to be like a relationship at all. It could be a job. And that you actually are either contemplating it or you will be doing it. And so maybe that is connected to that full moon, because we get the Eight of Cups. This can be more of an emotional issue of not feeling fulfilled. And that is what is causing you to kind of search your soul and, really go on a quest even. And so that, I was thinking about that new moon at the end of the month. Maybe some of you will walk away from a job and say, okay, I'm traveling. I'm going to clear my head. This could be like a spiritual quest. And if you have the means to do that, I think that would be wonderful. I think that's one of the best things that people can do. Rather than ruminating, it's just to kind of, keep your feet moving and, remain active and take in new sights. To kind of like gain clarity on why this happened, we have the Empress card. And the Empress card is connected to the planet Venus. So, we do have a Venus retrograde happening. And let me see. For you, I can't think straight. I'm trying to think of... Oh, it's interesting because I think it's, no. Because it's it's actually, to tell you the truth, I was thinking of I don't know why I was thinking of Capricorn. It's actually starting in Aries. And so it's in that, that's that 9th house again, going back into the 8th house of Pisces. So you're revisiting something with that Venus retrograde revolving around, it could be a person from a foreign country, by the way, too. So this could be a love matter, and this could be what is causing you to what you're walking away from. But in terms of, because Venus can bring money, so if that was a 9th house issue, then maybe you were working, for those of you who work in academia, you may have questioned your pay. A lot of people who are professors or adjunct professors, they just don't get paid enough. And so if you are in that line of work, that's kind of reassessing that. It's going to be in your 9th and then in your 8th house, which is your spouse's money. So it could be affecting those areas. But the Empress card is a card associated with Taurus and Libra. So those signs may be featured as well. And it's a card that deals with, for some people it may have to do with motherhood. Maybe you've gotten pregnant and you have decided to leave a job so that you can stay home with your child, or maybe leave a relationship even to protect your child. Those are two possibilities as well. But the Empress is a woman who's an earth mother connected to the senses, unapologetically reveling in the sensual side of life. And this could be another woman. If you're a woman, there might be some, oh no, I did not go there. I really, sometimes I think these thoughts and I shouldn't even, verbalize them. I was going to say hoochie mama, but that would be more of a reversed Empress. But it could be, it can always be that kind of earthy thing. Maybe you have a partner who got involved with somebody and it was just a sex thing. And, maybe they have issues. Maybe they have sex compulsion or addiction issues. And so they, or maybe it's pornography. I don't know. It could be anything. And maybe you had to walk away from that relationship because you realized they were going to continue to be with this other person. And it could be the mother of their child, so it could be a Libra woman or a Taurus woman. But this could be a thing where it is just a physical relationship, but you're not having it. Leos do not like to be in these types of situations at all. Not that anybody really does, but some people can tolerate it better than others. And for Leo, you tend to be, pretty jealous, possessive. You don't want to share yourself with somebody else, and so maybe you've walked away from that. But for professional issues, it could be that there's an impending motherhood, like you're pregnant, or you're artistic, and your job does not afford that, and you've just said, I'm going to go for this. Because we get also with that Eight of Wands, we get a card that is associated with a lot of strife, the Five of Wands. This is a card of competition. So if you've been in a workplace where, it's kind of like dog eat dog, you might have said, I need this like I need a hole in the head, I'm not going to compete, because you're a Leo. You're not supposed to be competing. You're supposed to be the center of the universe. And I've said it before that's kind of like a ploy, I think, to keep people in that mode of servitude of like, oh, you have to compete to keep your job if you're working for somebody else. And it's like that kind of a mentality just leads to limited thinking and a limited life. And it could be also in your private life that there's been a lot of battling it out anyway. So maybe this is with a fellow fire sign, like an Aries or another Leo. God help us if there were two Leos. And or a Sagittarius, where there is just like this, maybe even a one-upmanship in the relationship of, okay, who is in control of the other person, who is, more successful, even in a male-female relationship. I would say especially the dynamic, if the woman is making more money, the man may feel like very, castrated. And, especially if they are, I would say especially if they are the Leo, or if they are, let's say they're a water sign or an earth sign. If you're with one of those signs, they tend to be much more traditional and macho, and they may, take it much harder if they are in the position of making less money or having a less prestigious job. And so they may try to knock you down a peg to keep you thinking that you're not that all that great. I was going to say the Bobby Brown syndrome, but I shouldn't put it on Bobby Brown, because I don't know if he did anything like that. Because I was thinking of Whitney, and but that's not fair. I don't know if Bobby Brown, felt like in her shadow or not. He might not have. Bobby Brown is an Aquarius, so he might be a more forward-thinking kind of a guy who can handle that kind of relationship. I'm talking more of an earth sign or water sign man who is more traditional. And then the higher message is the Hangman. So it's telling you that maybe I'm getting a couple of cards here that may be saying you're trying to impose your will on the universe. Fixed signs like Leo have a very strong will, and they are like immovable objects when they want to be. And that can create a lot of issues around, I would say it depends on like some of your aspects. There could even be like obsessive thinking. If a lot of times people who have their sun in one sign also have their Mercury. It's very close to the sun. So it's not, it's pretty common to have both. So that would be that your Mercury is also in a fixed sign. So there could be, depending on other aspects in your chart, you may have kind of obsessive tendencies, and that leads you to try to just impose your will on situations and other people, be too pushy, And that can really have a boomerang effect and cause the situation to get worse. So this is like saying, let go and let God. Whatever the situation is, if you're leaving somebody because you just can't take the fact that they are, having an affair with somebody, or if you're in a job that is not satisfying, is too competitive, whatever that situation, maybe you're haven't left yet, but you're thinking about it. This is about just like letting it go for the moment and seeing what shakes out, and not trying to make all your decisions in one day. Because even the card that crosses you is a card, this is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of working very hard, but it's in the challenge position. So you may be trying to push something, you're trying so hard to make something work, and it's just not working, on your job. Working, trying to compete. And no matter what you do, it's not good enough. And sometimes that's just how it is, because it's not supposed to be. That's not what it's all about. Maybe you're not in the right place anymore. And some of you may actually walk out over it. Some of you may try to cling to the situation, and it may be gone. But whether it's like in a personal relationship as well, it's like let it go. Practice detachment. Allow grace to come in and help the situation. Maybe you're like in agony. Go down on your hands and knees and say, you know what, God, I can't do this anymore. Please help me, help me to either see what I need to see, or, I'm asking for grace. I'm asking for intervention in this situation because I can't do it. It's like surrender. There is a time, the art of allowing, when it's perfectly fine. It's a good thing to do. The Queen of Wands is what is coming in, or it could be the advice as well. And as advice, it's going to be saying, keep your chin up. You are a naturally positive person, but everybody has their days when things seem like they're not going the way that they want them to. And so it's easy to fall into the shadow side of Leo, which is bossiness. That's kind of that imposing that will, that bossy quality, arrogance, diva-like behavior, demanding, behavior, just basic, when I say arrogance, like being disdainful of other people and trying to act like you're better and things like that. That's not, people, when I say those kinds of things about a sign, people go, I'm not like that. And I said the shadow aspect. That's when people feel insecure, they act, and every sign has a shadow aspect, has shadow aspects, actually. And so Leo is no different. And so don't lapse into that. Make sure that you keep it positive, keep the high watch, and don't allow yourself to, go into that, those coping mechanisms that involve, kind of the negative behavior, because it'll just make things worse. And it can also be that you find yourself, that you do leave and you find your strength again, or your confidence again. Maybe you were in a situation where you didn't even realize how degraded you felt until you left. And it ends on a very hopeful note. The outcome is the Page of Wands, which is like receiving a message that is very exciting. Could be a new job offer. It could be a love interest that gets in contact with you. The beginning of a relationship that's a passionate relationship, the kind of relationship that a Leo person would have. Could involve a fire sign. This could involve a child. So we're talking about the Empress card. Maybe there's children issues. But if it's a fire sign, again, that would be an Aries, another Leo, or Sagittarius. And but pages can be messages. And it's something that kind of renews you and makes you feel alive again, makes you feel hopeful. It's a new kind of fresh energy coming in, something enthusiasm generating. So that's really cool. And, I kind of associate pages with the spring, the youthful energy. So that's right on time for the month of March, for those, at least those in the Northern Hemisphere. And so I hope you enjoyed this, Leo. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great March. Bye.